Hello, students. So, today we are going to start with the second part of water lesson. In the earlier part, we have done what are different forms of water, or in which different forms does water exist, like in solid form, ice, snow, fog, and liquid form, water itself, and in gaseous form, like water vapor. Then we did some of the physical properties of water. Today, we are going to start with the uses of water and a concept of water of crystallization. We all know water is used for almost all the activities which we are performing. Like we use water in our daily life. In our daily life, water is used for bathing and washing purpose. Water is used for washing fruits, vegetables, etc. It is used for cooking purpose. Water is used for making syrups, soft drinks, etc. Now, uses of water in life process. What is life process? The process of digestion, nutrition, all these activities will require water. Like water is used for drinking purpose. It helps in dissolving food particles in our digestive system, which are then assimilated by our body cells. It helps in the excretion of waste material from the body. It regulates the body temperature by the process of sweating and evaporation. In agriculture, water helps in dissolving nutrients present in the soil, which are assimilated by plants' roots for the manufacture of food and needed for the growth and development. Now, various kinds of insecticides are dissolved in water for spraying them in plant. This is done for dilution of the insecticides. We also know that it is used in the generation of electrical energy. At the hydroelectric station, water is used to drive dynamo, which in turn generates electric current. We have done this in hydroelectric power plant in our lower classes. At thermoelectric station, what am I thermoelectric? If you remember, I have told you the meaning of word thermo. Thermo means heat. Electric means electricity. When you burn coal, uh, you get heat energy. That heat energy is utilized for boiling water, which produces steam, and the steam is used to move the turbine or rotate the turbine. And this turbine is attached to the dynamo. Due to this rotation of dynamo, electricity is generated, and therefore we use water in thermoelectric power stations. In industry like dyeing industry, tanning industry, and alcohol industry, we use water at large quantities. Uses in manufacture of chemicals, in preparation of chemicals like ammonia, nitric acid, hydrochloric acid, hydrogen and oxygen are required as the raw material, which is obtained from water by electrolysis process. Because water can be broken down into its constituent by the process of electrolysis. Uses in medicine, we have learned distilled water, water which is free from germs, impurities, and other minerals is called distilled water. Distilled water is used in the injection as well as number of medicine formation like syrups, which are solution of medicine in distilled water. In laboratory, we have seen uh, purification of water soluble compounds by crystallization and for analysis purpose. Now, this term water of crystallization is really important. Now, the definition of water of crystallization is the fixed number of water molecule that are in loose combination with one molecule of a salt is called water of crystallization. Now, what do I loose combination? Like most of you have seen copper sulfate in the laboratory. Now, copper sulfate is blue in color, but in actual sense, copper sulfate is white in color. So, why does it appear blue in color? That's our question. See, when you see copper sulfate in laboratory, it is present in the form of CuSO4 dot 5H2O. This extra loosely bonded water molecule is called as water of crystallization. We'll be performing an activity right now, and once our school is open, I will show you this activity in the school lab. When you heat copper sulfate pentahydrate, this compound which contains 5 water molecules loosely bonded to it is called as copper sulfate pentahydrate. Penta means 5, hydrate means water. Now, when you heat this copper sulfate solution, the color of copper sulfate changes from blue to white. And now, please remember, white is the actual color of copper sulfate. It is appearing blue because it has 5 molecules of water attached to it, loosely bounded to it, which is known as water of crystallization. You will see fine droplets of water near on the surface of test tube. Those droplets of water those droplets are nothing but they are water. You can test it with the litmus paper. We know litmus paper is an indicator. If you bring red litmus near the solution or the drops, it will have no change. If you bring a blue litmus in contact with the drops, it will have no change. They indicate that the liquid is neutral, and neutral liquid we have only water. Let's see some of the examples of water of crystallization. In your textbook, there are many examples given. Please remember the names of these salts. Copper sulfate, it is CuSO4.5H2O. It is called as copper sulfate pentahydrate. Iron sulfate, FeSO4.7H2O. The appearance of the color is green. You have to remember the color because these color of the compound will be used by you in tensor also. It is known as ferrous sulfate or iron sulfate heptahydrate. Hepta means 7. Sodium carbonate, Na2CO3.10H2O. Please remember, sodium carbonate is also known as washing soda. It is white in color. The compound name is sodium carbonate decahydrate. Deca means 10. Next one is magnesium sulfate, MgSO4.7H2O. Color is white and the name of the compound is magnesium sulfate heptahydrate. Next compound is zinc sulfate, ZnSO4.7H2O. Color is white and the name of the compound is zinc sulfate heptahydrate. Now let's perform the activity here theoretically now and practically in the school to show the presence of water in hydrated copper sulfate. Now the word hydrated means it contains water of crystallization. That means the compound has absorbed some moisture. Please remember, hydrated compounds are those which can absorb moisture from the air. And moisture is nothing but it is water. What you have to do is fill 1/3 of the hard glass test tube with copper sulfate crystals. Clamp the test tube in an iron stand. In the mouth of the test tube, here you can clearly see that in the mouth of the test tube,